Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name's Ian, I'm Ian the Reader, and today I'm back with an August TBR. So I'm super excited about the books that I have planned to read in the month of August, not only because I have some great books on my TBR for the month, but there's a twist to this month's TBR. My friend Fina over at Fina Reads reached out to me a couple months ago wanting to do a collab, and so we decided to do a TBR swap. Each of us sent each other a list of 50 books that we had either physically or an ebook or audiobook form, and then I chose 3 books for her to read, and she chose 3 books for me to read, and we're going to find out together what those books are in this video. So before we get into the books that I have planned for myself to read this month, let's go ahead and cut to a clip of Fina announcing the books that I will be reading in August.
Hi Ian, hi Ian's viewers. My name is Fina from the channel Fina Reads, and I am picking 3 books for Ian's TBR in August from a list that he sent me, and holy flying spaghetti monster, that choice was not easy. How I even got it down to 3 books, I have no idea, but I'm kind of proud of myself that I did, because there were some amazing books on that list, and some of those might have even migrated on my wish list now too. The first book, however, was actually pretty easy, because the first book, Ian, I'm picking for you is Foundation by Isaac Asimov, which was one of my favorites last year, or not one of my favorites, it was my favorite science fiction book last year that I read, and I hope you like it too. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, if this is something that you would enjoy, because it's a bit more like methodical than the books that you tend to read, so we'll see. I hope you enjoy it. I truly do, because I was wowed by it. Just get ready for some crazy time jumps, but then again, you love the Dandelion Dynasty, and there are also a lot of crazy time jumps. So I think you're good. I think you're good. The second book, Ian, that I'm picking for you is The Ardent Swarm by Yamin Manai, and that is one that I actually think you might enjoy too. This is a wholesome, beautiful written homage to Egypt, if you will, on its journey to democracy, and the author uses the metaphor of a beekeeper to explain what happened to Egypt when they were moving to democracy, and I thought it was just really well done. I enjoyed it. Just skip that prologue, that was kind of unnecessary. But everything else was beautifully, and I really hope you enjoy that book. And now I'm doubting my choice again for book number 3. So I'm between 2 books right now. One is Apartment by Teddy Wayne, and the other one is Imaginary Friends by Stephen Chbosky. I'm picking the ones with the last names I cannot pronounce. Both of those are books that I really want to read, and I think they are completely in Ian's wheelhouse too. So, I mean, all of them are, obviously, that's why he put it on his TBR, but I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go by genre and not by topic. Since I already have a contemporary fiction with The Ardent Swarm, and The Apartment would fall into that same category, let's go with horror, which Imaginary Friends is. Even though it is a chunker, and I know, Ian, you're a bit crazy right now, so I hope this works out. Ian's viewers, do you think that's the right choice? Is Imaginary Friends the book Ian should read in August? Let me know, or let him know rather, down in the comments. And yeah, 3 books. I want to go on. As I said, that TBR that he has is incredible. And we're all in for a treat once he gets to reading all of those and we get to hear his opinion. Anyway, Ian, have a great reading month. Enjoy the books, and I cannot wait to check in with you once you're done reading them. And I'll see you all later. Bye!
Okay, so those are the books that Fina has picked for me to read in the month of August. I'm super excited about all 3 of them. I hope I will get at least 1 5-star out of them. I think out of the 3, I'm most likely to really, really love Imaginary Friend, but I'm very excited about both Foundation and The Ardent Swarm as well, so I'm very excited to read all of those books. She took it easy on me too, because 2 out of 3 of those are pretty short, so I'm very excited about that. Make sure to go to the link in my description to check out her TBR video, in which I announced the 3 books that I've chosen for her to read in the month of August, and definitely subscribe to her channel while you were there. Okay, so now that we've gotten through those, though, let's talk about the other books that I have planned for the month of August. So I have a few remainders from the month of July that I'm definitely going to have to get to in August. First of those is Middlemarch by George Eliot. I'm supposed to be buddy reading this with my aunt over July and August, but neither of us started it in July, so now we have to start it in August. It's long. We're gonna try to finish it. We'll see what happens. There are also a couple of books that I'm currently in the middle of as of posting this video that I'm not sure if I will finish before the end of the month, but if I haven't, I definitely will finish them in August. Those books are Wistful Ascending, the first book in the Hybrid Helix series by J.C.M. Byrne. I am super excited about this series. I am halfway through the book at this point. I zoomed through the first half, and I'm really eager to get to the second half. I've just been so busy with work that it has not happened yet, but I am loving this so much, and I cannot wait to continue, which leads me also to another book that I'm planning on picking up in August, and that is book 2 in the Hybrid Helix series, Return of the Griffin. So very excited to finish off this book and get to this one in August. I'm loving these, and I am sure I'm going to keep loving them. They're awesome. What these books are, though, are like superhero science fiction, where you have this guy who has powers, and he has lived his life on Earth as a sort of superhero, but he retired from that and retired from these wars that he fought in, and now he has gone to the space station because he wants to live this quiet life, but unfortunately things are not all that quiet around him, and he ends up having to step in a big way, and it's just a lot of fun. I love the main character. There's a lot of humor in this, but there's also a lot of action. It is just a good time overall. I highly recommend you check this out. I'll leave a link down below to purchase the first book. Another book that I'm currently in the middle of is The Legend of Blackjack by A.R. Witham. He was kind enough to send me this book, and my wife and I are actually reading this book together, and we are both really enjoying it. We are like a third of the way through at this point, so I don't think we'll finish this in July, but we definitely will in August. It is a really great, lighthearted, but also a moving and emotional and not so lighthearted, like YA book. I think it's YA because our main character is like 14, but it just feels like timeless and genreless, if that makes sense. Like, I think this is a book that will appeal to all readers. We follow Jack, who is a young boy who has lost his parents, and he has been in the foster care system, and it's just been really rough. But one day he wakes up on his birthday, actually, and is transported to this other world where he has this great calling that people have placed upon him, and he doesn't know if he can live up to that calling, and it is just a great story. I am loving it so far, and I am super excited to see what I think of how it ends. Another book that I have already started and I am hoping to finish in the month of August is the 5th book in the Cormoran Strike series, Troubled Blood. The 6th book comes out on the 30th of August, so I've been going through a reread of the series and loving every step of the journey. I'm super excited about reading this book, though. It is so much fun. It is the longest one by far. I think like the physical book's like 800 something pages, the audiobook's like 31 hours, but I'm loving this, so this is a really easy and fun reread that I'll continue on with over the next few weeks. There are a few more self-pub books that I'm hoping to get to in August that are leftovers from the Indie Accords readathon that I did not get to, but I really want to prioritize. The first of those is Bonds of Chaos, the third and final book in the Threadlight trilogy by Zach Argyle. So excited about this, you guys. Book 1 was a 4.5 star, book 2 was a 5-star for me, and I'm hoping that Argyle can finish off this trilogy with a bang. I have an e-arc of this, and I am dying to get to it, hopefully within the next few days. I am super excited to pick this book up. Another one that I have an e-arc of is the second book in the Jekawa series. The first book was On Lavender Tides. The second book does not have a cover that has been widely released yet, so I'm not going to spoil that on here. It's a really cool cover, though. That book is called A Fracture in the Quiz Deep. It is the second book in a Pokemon-inspired progression fantasy that I'm really enjoying, and very excited to get to the second book as well. It is very light reading, just a lot of fun, and honestly, with work being crazy right now and me getting back into school next month, I could really use a light read like this, and so I'm very excited to continue on with this series. And the second book does come out in September, so you should totally make August the month you pick up book 1 on Lavender Tides. It is a great time. One other self-pub book that I'm really interested in getting to in the month of August is A Touch of Light by Thiago Abdallah. I did receive this in the mail recently. I won it in a giveaway on Patrick Ryan's channel, and it has just been calling to me. Everybody is talking about this book in my booktube community on Discord and everything, and I just want to be a part of what is going on here. So if I don't get to this in August, it has to happen by September, just because like I'm feeling that fear of missing out, you know? All right, 2 more books. The first of those is Betty by Tiffany McDaniels. This is a book that I did draw for my 5-star predictions for quarter 3, so I am super excited to be jumping into this book. Hopefully this month. I need to, because I only have August and September left of the 3rd quarter, and I have not read any of my 3 5-star predictions. So this is actually the shortest one, I think, which is crazy because it's like 450 pages or something like that. But need to read this. Really hoping to get to it soon. It is supposed to be very emotional and kind of traumatic, so I'm preparing myself emotionally for that, but hopefully I'll love this. And then the last book that I did want to mention that I'm hoping to get to in August, I'm not putting too much pressure on myself on it because I really do want to get to it, but at the very least I need to go back and like refresh myself on what happened in book 1 because it has been a while since I read it. The book I'm talking about is Howling Dark by Christopher Rocchio. I read Empire of Silence back in December and I loved it, but there was so much going on in that book that I really don't remember everything, so I'm gonna have to go back and at the very least like watch like a recap video or a spoiler discussion so I can try to remember everything so that I can participate in a read along going going on the Discord down below. Alex from Tall Guy Reads told me that his Discord is going to be doing a read-along of this book next month, and I totally want to be a part of it and talk about this book with other people. And on top of that, I know book 5 is coming out in a few months, so I definitely want to catch up in time for that. So hopefully I will get to this book in August. But those are all of the books that I am hoping to read in August, or at least all the ones that I'm planning on reading. I'm definitely a mood reader, and over the last few months, I have forced myself into this like non-mood reader box of like playing TBRs and everything, because we had the Dandelion Dynasty read-along going on and all that jazz. But it's time to finally give myself a little bit of a break, so I may not stick to this at all. That being said, I did just want to let you guys know all the books I am planning on or hoping to read in the month of August. Thank you so much for watching though. Let me know down in the comments what books you are hoping to read in August. I'm always looking for those book recommendations from you guys, and I love to hear you talk about books you're excited about. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!